Good afternoon, I'm Ola TJ, and this is the 2012/2013 Cunsa. And with me here, I have the distinguished presidential candidate, Edward, Sydney, and Osagi.
So we're going to start by giving the presidential candidates 2 minutes to give us the opening statement. And we're going to start with Sydney on my left.
Good day, everyone. My name is Sydney Otoboze, as most of you know or some of you don't know. I'm running for Cunsa president for the year 2012/2013. A little piece of what I'm about is I'm running for change. I'm running to bring a different kind of change to Cunsa. I'm running to make Cunsa an organized organization, if you can get what I mean. And I'm basically running for Cunsa to tread a better path than the path it's been taken before over the past couple of years. Thank you.
Thank you, Sydney, for your opening statement. We're going to move on to Edward right now. Edward, what do you have to say?
Hi, my name is Edward MP. I'm running for the president of the Nigerian Student Association, Cunsa. Basically, this year we're trying to change things in Cunsa. And I'm not going to waste your time and say we're going to make Cunsa exclusive. Basically, we're trying to get all the Nigerians to get involved with the association. The association cannot get better without the Nigerians themselves helping the association. So my major change this year would be to create involvement from Nigerians and to show Nigerian culture. So that's basically what we're trying to do this year.
Thank you very much, Edward, for your opening statement. And next we have Osagi, who's going to give us his the final opening statement.
Hi guys, my name is Osage. I'm currently a third-year economics major at Cunsa University, and I'm running for the president of CUNSA, that is Cunsa University Nigerian Student Association, for the year 2012 to 2013. My main aim, should I be elected in office, is to do more. To do more in the sense that I get more Nigerians involved than there are currently at the moment, because I read up somewhere that Nigerians in Cunsa are like the third or second largest population, and with that we're currently not doing enough, and I think we could do a lot more. We could increase the flow of information, we can improve on that, we could do more cultural events to show off our culture. There's so many things that CUNSA hasn't been doing for Cunsa, and I think should I be elected in office, I'll get all those kind of things done. So yeah, that's it.
So we're moving to the next point right now. And so the candidates are going to be asking each other a question, and we'll be starting with Sydney.
Yeah, so the only question I have for my fellow candidates is the fact that both of you have already been members of Cunsa before, and in my understanding, you're running for a second term. So what I am asking is the fact that what did you do in your past regime that you believe for that reason or for that purpose you should be re-elected to run again and create this change that we desire?
All right, let me answer your question, Sydney. First things first, my first year, towards the end of my first year, I ran for what was then known as the financial secretary, and I won, thank God for that. And during my regime, we were able to collaborate with other student associations within Cunsa, like GHSA and ISAC, which hasn't been done recently since then. And what I heard recently is that there's some sort of friction between Cunsa and GHSA, and should I be elected president, I would resolve that issue, because I believe that we should put all our personal feelings aside for the greater good.
Okay, basically, yeah, I am the current vice president of Cunsa, and yes, it's a very good question. What am I going to do differently that I did this time? When I was elected as the vice president of Cunsa, everybody knows that Cunsa was like basically dead. Like nobody wanted a post in Cunsa. Basically, we were handpicked by the previous president to do something with it. Nigerians weren't responding. Nigerians are not responsive. But besides that, the account did not even have funds. But we still did what we did this past year, the summer bounce event. the Jadot, which is our independence event, and NEPA. We still did that. All I'm saying is last year we did what we could with what we had, you know. And even with the Nigerians, and that's what I'm trying to do this year. The Nigerians should try and get involved more to help out their execs, whoever it turns out to be, whether Sydney or Sagi or I. Come out and help out your execs. That's the only way Cunsa is going to be better.
So, Sydney, have they been able to answer the question you asked them just now?
Yeah, convincingly, that's good enough for me.
Okay, thank you very much. So we understand they've been able to answer Sydney's question, and we'll be moving to Edward. So, Edward, you're going to be asking the other two candidates the question you want to ask them. Are you ready to go for that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So basically, I just want to ask the candidates what they're going to do to get the Nigerian community more involved in Cunsa.
And any of you guys can tackle the question, please.
All right, I'll answer the question first. As an econ major, we are taught that the best way to get someone to do something is to introduce incentives. And based on what I've seen within the past year, I realized that Nigerians like food. So, like by hosting, like if you host like more general meetings with more food, you get more people involved and more people get to know what's going on. And like for example, this year now, this is like the first time in a long time that 3 guys are running for president. It just shows that more and more people are trying to get involved. So it just shows it may not be that much growth, but it's like steady growth. So I believe Cunsa is heading in the right direction.
Thank you very much. So we're going to be moving to Sydney. You can answer his question now.
Yeah, that's actually one of my platform campaigns, because basically what I'm trying to do here is to diversify Cunsa and incorporate other nationalities as well as Nigerians. We know that in order to make Nigeria that steady, or the Cunsa that steady organization we want it to be, it's not going to take just Nigerians. All the other associations that do it don't use just Nigerians. So we also need to like incorporate some of those guys from other ethnicities that want to come in and help out. Another good way about this is the Cunsa website. I'm thinking of one of my platforms as well. I feel that what that's going to do is going to project like information for everyone in Ottawa, basically not only Carleton students, but even Ottawa students and just basically Nigerians, so you know what's happening. You know where you can get like accessible stuff to you and stuff that's happening around you on campus or in Ottawa. So by doing that, you're basically getting the Nigerian people involved, and it's like an action plan. Everyone feels like they're part of something. We're not just here to lead you, myself, Edward, or Sage. We're asking that you come join us and lead with us, because we're all doing this for Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We've been able to understand what you've been saying. And Mr. Edward, has he been able to answer your question?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, thank you very much. So yes, we've been able to listen to Sydney and Edward. So we'll be moving to Osage. Are you ready to throw your question for your candidate?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so the next person was going to be, and the last person for today is going to be Osage.
Okay, my question for these two young gentlemen over here is, in an event that you're elected president of Cunsa, how do you intend to welcome Nigerian first years? How do you intend to help them settle into the Carleton society?
Frosh Week, right? I realized for the past couple of years, 3 years or so, the Nigerians have not even been involved with the Frosh Week. There have not been any Frosh Week events, any Frosh Week get-togethers for Nigerians. First of all, we're going to set up a table like other associations do, right? To welcome the Nigerian students, and that has to be done in the first week, because that gives the Nigerian students some sense of like warmth and welcome. Yeah, to welcome the Nigerian students, to get them involved, to let them know about the Nigerian Association, because it's when they get in that they need to get involved with these things, and for them to see that the Nigerian community exists in Canada, in Carleton, you know what I mean? We set up, what do you call it, stands at the Uni Center, at the Field House during the Frosh Week event, and sometimes we can have some like big sales and like, free food just to welcome Nigerians and make them feel at home, and let them know that they're not alone in the school. There is an association that's here to help you and to show you your culture. You know what I mean? So that should be done like the first week during the first week of school, and that's also part of the stuff that I plan to talk about during the daily election.
Thank you very much, Edward. We'll be moving to the next person to answer the question.
Yeah, thank you, Sagi, for the question. I think that's a very good question. But basically, I would like to depart a little bit from the first week idea brought by Edward, because that would be Cunsa. Now, Cunsa is going to be, I feel the first week of coming in, for instance, when I came in, it was more about the word just going around from the friends I knew and stuff like that. I believe to improve on that, we need the website. I believe we need the website like connected to Facebook, not just a Facebook page, but a website that you can know that like you can see a lot of things happening in town around you, to know like Nigerian events and this and that. The meet and greets are also fantastic because like it's a forum where you get to know people around you and you get to introduce yourself and you get to meet people. So basically, I feel like the key thing behind this or making this work is the organization. For instance, like most of us in this organization don't even know we have a constitution. You need to make there be an organization within the organization so that like they can feel like they're part of something. If you feel like there's no plan within an environment, you feel like there's no point. And I feel like that's what Nigerians feel in general right now. I seem to be departing from the question, but basically I think organization and having a website will be two very good steps to answering this question or to solving this problem.
Sorry, but basically, how are the Nigerians that are coming in going to know about the website if you don't, meet them at first? Like Nigerians that are coming to Carlton they're not going to know. Oh, there's a Nigerian association immediately. There's a website to go to www. Whatever. First of all, they need to feel welcome at like during the like what made me. Like I would say, like deviate a bit from the Nigerian Students Association was the first week of school. I wasn't properly inducted into the Nigerian community. People didn't tell me there was something such as Cunsa. You know what I mean? Like people were just doing their own thing, and that's why I feel Nigerians should get involved more to make Cunsa better. Get involved more, spread the word during the first week. Set up your own tables like the other associations do. Let there be free food. Everybody just come, have fun, and just talk about your association and how it's going to be better.
Yeah, like Edward said, I believe that like that's a very good point. In solving this, we're going to need like a lot of Nigerians. We can't have only the execs, whoever that wins, either like Edward, myself, or Sagi. We cannot have only the execs or the team that's selected like going around to talk to the students. We can't do it by ourselves. So basically, at the end of the day, we need the help of the Nigerian public to help us like reach out to people and let them know that like there's this fantastic organization called Cunsa and they have something they can be a part of.
Thank you very much. We will not make this longer. For more information, I believe people are going to come out on Thursday and we'll redirect this same question to you guys. But let me move to Osage. Have they been able to answer the question you've asked to your satisfaction?
I'm very satisfied with Edo's answer. I'm impressed with Sydney's answer. I understand the way Sydney sees things, but I still think that meeting people in person is better than just having like some websites which hasn't been funded yet. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, like it's a good idea still, and I still think it would do a lot more for Cunsa. So
yeah, thank you very much. So I'm gonna stop you guys from there, and then we will be moving to the next point right now. So we'll leave the rest for the parties to come with their final conclusion, and we'll go from there. Osage, you will be starting, please.
I just want to say everybody should come out on Thursday and vote for whoever you think is most qualified. Nobody's gonna get upset if they lose. Like everybody here has good intentions for Cunsa, and yeah, may the best man win.
And the next person will be Edward, please.
Yeah, I just want to say the same thing, basically. We're all good contenders here. You just have to know that you're coming out to vote for who you feel is going to do the right job. I know in my heart that both Osage and Sydney are going to be good presidents. It's just the Nigerians involved. You just have to come out and support whoever your president is, no matter what. Get involved, people. That's the number one thing, getting involved with Cunsa. And that's just it.
So now we'll be going with Sydney with the final closeout.
Yeah, both of them have basically said everything on my mind. Let's be objective with our voting. Let's go free from bias and just vote who you think will do the best job. Because at the end of the day, we all want the same thing. The organization is more important than the individual. So whichever one of us, myself, Edward, or Sagi, who wins, I believe that the person is going to do a very good job. The only difference is how we approach things and our perspective on different things. That's all. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Sydney. I really appreciate you. Thank you for coming on the show today.
Contributions and for being here today. We're going to leave the rest of the decisions to be made by the viewers. So we're going to be out there on Thursday to vote for each and every one of you. And TJ, do you have anything to say to that?
Well, I don't really have anything to say. Really, I mean, all the candidates have done what they could do, and everything sounds fine to me. And then, as you've said, we're gonna leave everything until Thursday, and I believe you guys should come out and vote. If you have any question, feel free to ask your question, and I believe they will be able to answer your question if you have anything bothering you.